We were just introduced by friends.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. We found out that we had mutual friends and we started to just chat. It took a long time. We chatted for a long time and we became close.
He seems like a really special guy, so good.
Congratulations.
For many years, Jennifer Aniston's love life has remained under intense scrutiny from both the media and the public. Her marriage to Brad Pitt, once regarded as a symbol of Hollywood's ideal romance, placed her among the most closely watched women in the entertainment industry. Following their divorce, a series of short-lived relationships and a second marriage that did not last further subjected Aniston's private life to constant examination. At present, as she enters a new relationship, Jennifer Aniston has, for the first time, openly shared her perspective and described it as the most mature relationship of her life. First, love and youthful relationships. Jennifer Aniston's earliest known romantic relationship was with Adonis Tsilimparris, which took place between 1981 and 1982. At the time, Aniston was between 12 and 13 years old and studying at a performing arts school in New York. The two met in an academic setting and quickly developed a connection. The relationship lasted for approximately 1 year and reflected the innocence typical of adolescent romance, although it attracted no media attention at the time. Aniston later acknowledged that this first relationship played a role in shaping her early understanding of emotions. In interviews, she has said that first love taught her how quickly feelings can form and how easily they can change. It was an early but formative experience before she entered the competitive entertainment industry in 1984, at around 15 years old. Jennifer Aniston had a brief relationship with Clemens Wust. They met in Germany through mutual friends while Aniston was traveling with her family. The relationship remained private and was never publicly confirmed at the time. It was short-lived and left little lasting impact on her personal life. The early 1980s also marked a period when Jennifer Aniston began to seriously consider her career path. After growing up in New York, she relocated with her family to Los Angeles. This shift in environment and professional focus made it difficult for youthful relationships to develop or endure. Her attention was increasingly divided between school, acting classes, and early career preparation. Compared to many stars of her generation, Aniston's teenage years were relatively free of publicized romances or scandals. Her early relationships remained discreet and ended naturally, reflecting on this period later in life. Aniston described first love as a lesson in fragility. These early experiences did not cause lasting emotional harm, but they helped her distinguish between fleeting attraction and long-term commitment, laying the groundwork for more mature relationships in the years that followed, relationships before the first marriage. In 1990, Jennifer Aniston briefly dated actor Charlie Schlatter. The two met while working on the television adaptation of Ferris Bueller. At the time, Aniston was still establishing herself in the entertainment industry and taking on small television roles. The relationship was short-lived and largely private. It reflected a common pattern in her early career, where personal connections often developed through shared professional environments. There were no public statements from either party following their breakup, and the relationship ended without controversy. Later, in 1990, Aniston entered a far more significant relationship with actor Daniel Macdonald. Macdonald was a stage actor based in New York and was not widely known in film or television. Their relationship lasted approximately 5 years, from 1990 to 1995, making it one of the longest and most formative partnerships of Aniston's early adult life. During this period, the couple lived together and supported each other through the early stages of their careers. Aniston later described Macdonald as her first great love. The relationship coincided with her struggles to find stable acting work before Friends. Macdonald provided emotional support, while Aniston auditioned frequently and faced professional uncertainty. The relationship ended in 1995, shortly after Friends became a major success. As Aniston's career accelerated, the couple's lives began moving in different directions. MacDonald passed away in 2007 from brain cancer, an event Aniston later acknowledged publicly with respect and restraint. Shortly after her breakup with MacDonald, Aniston began dating actor Tate Donovan in 1995. The two met through industry connections and quickly formed a serious relationship, unlike her previous partners. Donovan was already a recognizable television and film actor. Their relationship progressed rapidly, and the couple became engaged. At the time, Aniston's fame continued to rise as Friends entered its peak years. The relationship with Donovan ended in 1998 before they married. The breakup was attributed to increasing work demands and conflicting schedules, complicating matters further. Donovan later appeared on Friends as the character Joshua, a romantic interest for Rachel Green. Donovan joined the show after the couple had already separated, which created a challenging work environment. In a later interview, Donovan described filming the show after their breakup as emotionally difficult. He stated that working closely with Aniston while portraying a romantic storyline was uncomfortable but unavoidable due to professional obligations. Aniston did not publicly criticize the situation but continued to perform her role without interruption. The experience added a layer of realism to her on-screen performance and demonstrated her ability to separate personal matters from professional responsibilities. This period marked a clear transition in Jennifer Aniston's romantic life. She moved from relationships with relatively unknown partners to high-profile relationships involving fellow actors. The shift coincided with her transformation into a major television star and contributed to her emerging public image as the girl next door, navigating fame, work pressure, and personal change. By the end of the 1990s, Aniston had experienced long-term commitment, engagement, and emotionally complex breakups. These relationships shaped her expectations of partnership and prepared her for the intense public attention that would follow during her first marriage. First marriage to Brad Pitt. Jennifer Aniston met Brad Pitt in 1998 through their respective managers, who arranged an introduction after both actors had recently ended high-profile relationships. At the time, Aniston had just broken off her engagement to Tate Donovan, while Pitt had separated from actress Gwyneth Paltrow. Their relationship developed quickly and attracted immediate media attention due to their combined star power. By late 1999, Aniston and Pitt had become one of the most visible couples in Hollywood. They made several public appearances together and were frequently featured on magazine covers. On July 29, 2000, the couple married in Malibu, California. The wedding reportedly cost around $1 million and was attended by approximately 200 guests. Security was tight, with fireworks and privacy measures used to prevent media intrusion. Despite its scale, the ceremony was described by those involved as private and carefully controlled. Following the wedding, Aniston and Pitt were widely labeled the golden couple of Hollywood during their marriage. The couple maintained busy and highly visible careers. Aniston continued starring in Friends, while Pitt appeared in major film projects. Their public image emphasized stability and mutual support. Pitt made a guest appearance on Friends in 2001, which was well received and reinforced their status as a popular celebrity couple. Throughout this period, there was frequent media speculation about their plans to start a family. Aniston later clarified that while they had discussed having children, circumstances did not align as expected. In 2004, Pitt starred in Mr. and Mrs. Smith alongside Angelina Jolie, although filming took place while Pitt was still married to Aniston. Rumors of tension emerged soon after the film's release. On January 7, 2005, Aniston and Pitt announced their separation in a joint statement, citing irreconcilable differences. Their divorce was finalized on October 2, 2005. The separation generated extensive media coverage and public debate. Jennifer Aniston was frequently portrayed as the injured party in the narrative surrounding the breakup. Despite this portrayal, Aniston consistently avoided assigning blame. In later interviews, she stated that she held no resentment toward Pitt and rejected simplified explanations for the marriage's end. She emphasized that relationships can conclude without betrayal or hostility. Following the divorce, Aniston and Pitt had limited public interaction for many years. However, they maintained respectful communication. In January 2020, they were photographed greeting each other warmly backstage at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. The moment received widespread attention and was interpreted as evidence of mutual respect. Aniston later commented, "We love each other. We're friends," reinforcing her long-standing position that the relationship ended without animosity. Culturally, the divorce between Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt became one of the most referenced celebrity breakups of the 2000s. It shaped public discussions about marriage, infidelity rumors, and media intrusion. For Aniston, the experience contributed to her image as a resilient public figure who refused to engage in public conflict. The marriage and its conclusion marked a defining chapter in her personal life, one that continued to influence how her relationships were perceived in the years that followed. Relationships after the first divorce. Following her divorce from Brad Pitt in 2005, Jennifer Aniston entered a period marked by emotional recovery and increased public scrutiny, rather than withdrawing from public life. She continued working steadily and formed new relationships, most of which unfolded under intense media attention. Later in 2005, Aniston began dating actor Vince Vaughn. The two met while filming The Breakup, a romantic comedy released in 2006. Their relationship developed during production and lasted for approximately 1 year. Vaughn's personality and comedic style contrasted with the seriousness of Aniston's recent divorce, and the relationship was often described as light and supportive. Aniston later acknowledged that Vaughn helped her move forward during a difficult period. The couple made several public appearances together, but avoided discussing their relationship in detail. They separated in late 2006 and ended the relationship amicably, with no public disputes or negative statements from either side. After a period of relative privacy, Aniston began an on-and-off relationship with musician John Mayer in 2008. They were first linked after meeting at the Academy Awards that year. The relationship attracted significant attention due to differences in age and lifestyle. Mayer was younger than Aniston and known for his career as a rock musician, as well as his outspoken and sometimes controversial public persona. Their relationship continued intermittently through 2009, with several breakups and reconciliations. Mayer publicly acknowledged the relationship and later stated that it had influenced his songwriting, while he expressed admiration for Aniston. His openness contrasted with her more reserved approach to personal matters. The differences in communication style and public exposure contributed to ongoing media speculation. The relationship ultimately ended in 2009. Aniston did not comment extensively on the breakup, maintaining her pattern of limiting public discussion of private matters. During this period, Aniston was frequently linked to other individuals through rumors, including British model Paul Sculfor. None of these relationships were confirmed, and Aniston consistently declined to address speculation directly. Instead, she chose to shape her public narrative through selective interviews and clear boundaries with the media. She emphasized independence, professional focus, and personal well-being rather than relationship status. This phase of Aniston's life reflected a shift in priorities. The relationships she entered after her first divorce were shorter and less structured than her earlier commitments. Rather than pursuing immediate long-term partnership, she appeared focused on healing and self-definition. These experiences allowed her to assert greater control over her personal life and public image. By the end of the 2000s, Jennifer Aniston had re-established emotional stability and professional momentum. The relationships during this time did not define her public identity in the same way as her marriage had. Instead, they marked a transitional period in which she reinforced her independence and prepared for the next stage of her personal life. Second marriage to Justin Theroux. Jennifer Aniston first met Justin Theroux in 2007 while working on the film Tropic Thunder. At the time, both were involved in other relationships, and their interaction remained strictly professional. Several years later, in 2011, they reconnected while filming the comedy Wanderlust. During production, their friendship developed into a romantic relationship, and they began dating publicly later that year. In August 2012, Aniston and Theroux announced their engagement. Unlike Aniston's first engagement and wedding, the couple kept details of their relationship largely private. On August 5, 2015, they were married in a secret ceremony at their home in Bel Air, Los Angeles. The wedding was disguised as a birthday celebration for Theroux. Allowing them to avoid media attention, only close friends and family were invited. Following the ceremony, the couple split their time between Los Angeles and New York City, reflecting both of their professional commitments during their marriage. Aniston and Theroux emphasized mutual support and independence. Theroux worked as an actor, writer, and director, while Aniston continued her film career and later transitioned into television production. The couple did not have children and did not publicly frame this choice as a source of conflict. Aniston repeatedly stated that her personal fulfillment was not defined by motherhood. Both partners maintained separate projects while supporting each other's work. On February 15, 2018, Aniston and Theroux announced their separation in a joint statement. They explained that the decision was made mutually and lovingly, and that they remained close friends. The divorce was finalized later that year without public dispute. Unlike Aniston's previous divorce, this separation generated relatively little media speculation or controversy. After the divorce, both Aniston and Theroux continued to speak respectfully about each other. They were photographed together on friendly occasions, including holidays and public events. Aniston later described Theroux as one of her closest friends. She stated, "We're still best friends," emphasizing the absence of conflict between them. The marriage to Theroux differed significantly from Aniston's first marriage. It was less public, less scrutinized, and more controlled. There were no highly publicized rumors or prolonged media narratives. The emphasis remained on companionship, mutual respect, and personal growth rather than public image. This period demonstrated a shift in how Jennifer Aniston approached marriage. Rather than seeking validation through a public partnership, she prioritized privacy and emotional balance. Although the marriage ended, it reinforced her belief that relationships can conclude without resentment and that lasting friendship is possible after divorce. After the second divorce and public rumors, following her divorce from Justin Theroux in 2018, Jennifer Aniston did not publicly confirm any new romantic relationships for several years. During this period, she maintained a deliberately low profile regarding her personal life, although her name continued to appear in tabloid headlines. Aniston repeatedly emphasized that she was not involved in any serious relationships immediately after the separation. One of the most persistent rumors linked Aniston to David Schwimmer, her longtime co-star from Friends. Speculation intensified after the Friends. The reunion special aired in 2021, when both actors acknowledged having had mutual feelings during the early seasons of the show. Despite renewed public interest, no relationship developed, and representatives for Aniston denied any romantic involvement. Similar rumors connected her to Ben Affleck, particularly after his highly publicized reunion with Jennifer Lopez. These claims were also dismissed, with no evidence or confirmation from Aniston herself. During this phase, Aniston focused heavily on her professional life. In 2019, she starred in and executive produced The Morning Show, a series that marked her return to television drama. The role earned her critical recognition and multiple award nominations. The project required a demanding schedule and significant creative involvement, reinforcing her focus on career development rather than personal relationships. Aniston also emphasized the importance of friendships and personal well-being. She frequently spoke about maintaining close connections with long-term friends and prioritizing mental and physical health. Social media posts and interviews during this time reflected stability rather than transition. As she entered her 50s, Aniston faced renewed public scrutiny regarding her relationship status. Media narratives often framed her as a symbol of single womanhood later in life. In response, Aniston openly criticized the societal pressure placed on women to marry or have children by a certain age. In multiple interviews, she stated that a woman's value is not determined by her marital or parental status. Through her public statements, Aniston positioned herself as an advocate for personal choice and female autonomy. She rejected the notion that happiness must follow a traditional timeline and encouraged women to define success on their own terms. This period of independence reinforced her image as a self-directed individual, comfortable with solitude and resistant to external expectations. Current relationship with Jim Curtis. In early 2025, Jennifer Aniston began a new relationship with Jim Curtis, following an extended period of privacy regarding her personal life. The two were introduced through mutual friends, according to Aniston. Their connection developed gradually. They spent several months communicating regularly before the relationship became romantic. This slow progression marked a departure from the more immediate public relationships earlier in her life. The relationship became public on November 2, 2025, when Aniston shared a photograph on Instagram showing the couple embracing. The post included the caption, "Happy birthday, my love." This marked the first time in several years that Aniston had publicly acknowledged a romantic partner on her own social media. The post received widespread attention and was widely interpreted as a deliberate and confident confirmation of the relationship. Jim Curtis was born in 1975 and works as a hypnotherapist and wellness practitioner. He is not part of the entertainment industry and maintains a low public profile. Curtis is known for his work in mental and emotional healing, focusing on stress reduction and personal development. Aniston has spoken openly about the positive role he plays in her life, describing him as kind, grounded, and someone who helps people heal. By January 2026, the relationship had lasted nearly 1 year. In a television appearance on Today, on January 26, 2026, Aniston described the relationship as the most mature relationship she has experienced. She emphasized communication, emotional safety, and mutual respect as defining elements. During the same interview, it was reported that Curtis had sold his home in order to live closer to Aniston, a decision that reflected a shared commitment to maintaining the relationship without long-distance strain. Unlike her previous partners, Curtis operates entirely outside the entertainment industry. This shift represented a notable change in Aniston's relationship patterns. Throughout her career, she had primarily dated actors, musicians, or individuals connected to Hollywood. Choosing a partner outside that environment reduced public exposure and eliminated professional overlap, allowing clearer boundaries between personal and professional life. The relationship with Curtis reflects a broader evolution in how Aniston approaches intimacy. Rather than prioritizing public compatibility or shared industry status, she has emphasized emotional alignment and personal well-being. Her willingness to speak openly about the relationship, while still maintaining privacy, suggests a level of comfort and stability not previously expressed. As of early 2026, Aniston has not indicated plans regarding marriage or long-term labels. Instead, she has framed the relationship in terms of present fulfillment rather than future obligation. This approach aligns with her long-standing belief that happiness is not defined by conventional milestones, but by personal balance and emotional health.